They're also extremely high in fiber, which help aid in weight loss, and they have loads of protein in them, so they're great to add into all of your meals. All right, so now let's get into the recipe. So for the recipe, we are going to be needing 1 cup of cooked lentils. So to cook the lentils, what you need to do is open them up, and I like to rinse them and also strain them and sort through them to see if there's any little rocks in there or anything. Remember, they come from the ground, so you should definitely wash them. And after you wash them, you are going to pour them into a pot and then add hot water into the pot, and then you're just going to turn on the stove, cover them up, and let it sit for about 20 minutes. It's a pretty easy process. So 1 cup of the cooked lentils, then we're going to be needing a half of a green pepper. You can use a green pepper or a red pepper. I used a green pepper, and you're just going to dice them pretty thin. Then we're going to be needing half of a yellow or white onion, and you're also going to mince or chop these pretty thin. We're also going to need 1 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, 1 tablespoon of vegan Worcestershire sauce. I hope I'm saying that right. But so regular Worcestershire sauce actually has fish in it. So it's very important when you're looking for the Worcestershire sauce to get the vegan kinds. I actually love this brand from Annie's, I think it's called, and I will link it down in the description. We're also going to be needing 1 tablespoon of coconut sugar. I like using coconut sugar because it is more natural and much less refined than regular refined white processed sugar. 1 teaspoon of cumin, 3 garlic cloves minced, a pinch of salt and pepper, and a pinch of smoked or sweet paprika. And we're going to be putting these sloppy joes into these whole wheat buns. Now, I love eating whole wheat, whole grain breads. It's much healthier for you than eating refined, processed white bread. Also, if you're looking for a gluten-free option, you could totally just sub these for gluten-free buns. So, let's get to cooking now. Okay, so to start it off, we are going to turn on our stove to about medium heat. Let that heat up a little bit. When it's warm, we're going to add about 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And then we are going to add in our onions. And we're going to add in our garlic. I love this thing. It's a garlic mincer. It makes it so easy. And just moving around. Now, when you cook onions and garlic, it's actually called sweating. So you don't want the heat up too high. You want just a little sizzle so that you actually make the onions and the garlic sweat, which releases their fragrances and their flavor. Mix it all up nice. And we're just gonna let this sit over medium heat while we make our coleslaw. Let all the flavors absorb into the lentils. And it's basically done. That's how easy it is. All right, so let's go make the coleslaw. Okay, now for the coleslaw, we're going to be needing a bag of cabbage with some shredded carrots. I got this at Trader Joe's, but you can grab bags of coleslaw mix at almost any food store. We're also going to be needing a half a cup of vegan mayo. Yes, I said it, vegan mayo. Guys, you can eat anything when you're plant-based. Cream cheese, mayo, butter, yogurts, everything that you love, you can still have plant-based. So yes, a half a cup of vegan mayo, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, about a teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of coconut sugar. So what we're gonna do for the coleslaw is we're just going to put in a bowl, add in our mayo, some apple cider vinegar, coconut sugar, and our salt. And we're just going to mix that around. Hey my friends, it's beautiful outside, so I wanted to come outside and do the final taste test. Look at that. It smelled so good. All right, you ready? Wow. So good. So flavorful. Coleslaw gives it a nice creamy. I'll probably have it all over my face. And the lentils soaked up all the flavor from the spices and the tomato sauce. Delicious. So like I said, and like you saw, this dish is super simple, super easy. It's delicious. It's very quick to make. It's one of my go-to meals, honestly. I hope you guys enjoy it. Like this video if you do. Comment down below if you would try it. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you all. Stay safe, beautiful, and healthy. And I will see you for the next recipe. There you go. More? You want more?
Wow.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. She does a great job, doesn't she?
Does she cook for you? Does she come over and cook for you?
She does. She does cook for me, and we've been seeing more of each other. So she cooks for her husband. She cooks for me. She helps a lot of people just like you. She's like a mini of you, Stephanie. So she does great work, and she does a lot of work virtually. So.
Oh, the time she came on the show, I just knew that her and I were, similar vibing. We're very similar in a lot of ways.
Yes. But this video ended with her 2 dogs, and we have the folks. We have Danielle. I don't know if Linda's with us from Pour It Forward. They have a big event coming up, and Danielle has dedicated her life for animals. And Danielle, are you there? Danielle?
I'm here. It's Linda.
Oh, Linda. Okay. Hey, Linda, how are you? Oh, that's Danielle. Oh,
Good. How you doing?
Linda's on the phone. Danielle's on the video, right?
Yeah.
Danielle, we can't hear you, though, Danielle. You're muted. All right. So, Linda, talk about Pour It Forward.
What can I say? It's an incredible organization ran by Danielle. It helps many, many families in their pets in Nassau County. They do help others. From what I heard from Danielle, I know they've done deals with Mexico they've gone into, any hurricane relief, any disasters. if there's a fire in a home, I know they can reach out to Danielle, and she will try help them set up for their pets. And I personally had experience, as I told on another show recently, that I had gone through some hard times, and I was blessed to have met Danielle, and that's how we met, because she helped me with my pet rather than having to make a hard decision and not being able to keep my girlfriend. She helped us, and we were able to get through it, and now I work there to follow through with everybody else.
Right. So you obviously, Linda, you have a love for animals and to restoring their lives and helping people, educate people also, but also providing food during this pandemic. Has it been challenging for Pour It Forward to work during the pandemic over the last couple of years?
It has. No, but there definitely has been an increase in people needing help. Sometimes it was very, there'd be 15 families, and other times we've seen 30, 40. It's beautiful to see that people have a place to go, because there's always help for people, but there's not always that place for the animals. So
you have a couple events coming up, right? Talk about these events that are coming up.
Okay, so we just did one event that was Mutts and Butts, and that was great. A lot of people came out. It was very nice. But the big one we're having coming up is August 20th. We are doing a block party in Valley Stream. There's a webpage for Pour It Forward Pantry. It'll always give you information on what's coming up and what we'll be doing. We've had a lot of people help as far as giving donations from different merchants, and a lot of people were doing raffles. There's a 36-foot water slide, DJ, band, so many activities. Should be great. Can you hear me?
So I believe Danielle is on the line now. Danielle, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, thank you very much. This is Kicking Healthy Relationships to the Curb. Stephanie McPhail and Steve Vaccaro, your host. If you want to join in, please do. It's 727-441-3000. We have the folks from Pour It Forward, which is based in New York, but I'm sure that you're connecting with people all over to accept donations. So, Daniela, talk about Pour It Forward and how it all started.
It all started about 5 years ago. We were sending donations down. We partnered up with rescues that were taking donations down to Florida, to Puerto Rico when there was hurricanes. So when we realized that there was so much need out of country, and we really realized that we need to help the pet owners to keep their pets here in Long Island, so we do still send out, like I have somebody who just went to Mexico, and we sent down collars and leashes to help them. So that's how it all started. So now we help everybody when we can. We send stuff down to the Ukraine when we partnered up with somebody that was going down there. So now we realize there's a lot of need here, especially with the pandemic, a lot of people out of work. So it's been a lot of stuff going on.
So the pandemic was really challenging for a lot of us, and especially for you. I know you went through some significant losses in your life, and you were able to continue to maintain your efforts to help animals and animal lovers, and talk about how you persevered through those difficult times.
If it wasn't for all my volunteers and Linda and all the donors and supporters, we couldn't keep it going. So that's why now we're doing that event August 20th, because we need to raise funds for a new cat shed so we could get more cat donations in and have a place to store it. So we're doing that big event in August, and we're really in need of raffles, businesses that could donate some gift cards, some businesses that could donate some food, beverages for the event. We have a lot of amazing donors already that are donating us 36-foot water slide. We have a DJ coming. We have a snow cone machine, popcorn machine. So we have a lot of that going on, but we still need a lot of tickets to be sold and people to come. We're going to be doing raffle baskets to raise money, as I stated, for the shed that is desperately in need. and for cat supplies because we never get enough cat supplies.
That's right. And the focus of this show is to bridge the gap between New York and Florida. So if you're out there in Florida, you're saying, well, this is a New York thing. How can people help you from, if they're in Florida, anywhere else in the country, Danielle? Because I know it's such a need all over, but your grassroots efforts have done so much over the last 5 years. I'm just proud to know you and to acknowledge and I'm impressed by all the work that you've done. How can people help you from a distance?
We have an Amazon wish list. If you go on Forward Pet Pantry, Long Island, New York, on Facebook, there's an Amazon wish list. We always need cat supplies, so they could always ship it directly to us through our wish list. So that would be great. Cat supplies is very, very little.
So your volunteers, how important are your volunteers to the cause that you have now? Pour It Forward. You can reach out 516-491-8781. Daniela, we lend a pour to those in need. If you need assistance, contact them. happypouritforward@gmail.com. happypouritforward@gmail.com. So your volunteers, talk about your volunteers for a moment.
Well, my volunteers are a blessing because without them, it would be very hard to continue the efforts because without manpower, without behind the scenes, networking, everything is volunteer based. I have a lot of people I met after the pandemic and they've been a blessing. We always need volunteers to help out at the pantry or picking up donations from our donors. We always need people to help us out at events. So if it wasn't for the volunteers, I could not continue leaving Pour It Forward open to help the pets.
Right. I mean, amazing work that you do. And I think, Stephanie, I mean, we talked about the need for support for pet owners, but also for pets in general. Sometimes when we have these natural disasters, we forget about the pets that need attention. And you mentioned earlier in the show that you're a pet lover.
Yeah, I mean, and as a plant-based person, like, animals to me are so important as to, they are part of our families. They are part of our lives in so many ways. And to be able to have that love, that unconditional love of your dog, of your cat, of your pet, that just looks at you with those big, beautiful eyes and is just, they're there. I mean, my dog, I had a golden retriever that was there from like my first toxic relationship all the way until I met my now husband, who's wonderful. And he was there for the tears, to lick up my tears and to give me hugs when I needed them. And just dogs are just wonderful little angels put on earth to help us through the most difficult times and the best of times.
Well said. What do you think, Danielle?
Absolutely.
How do you feel about animals in general, Danielle?
Well, I think they're amazing. They're very comforting. They're very supportive. I have 2 dogs of my own, so.
And tell again, people, how can people help? First of all, this is Kick on Healthy Relationships to the Curb. We're here every Wednesday night from 5 to 6 p.m. And I want to thank Bobby behind the glass and Carmine for doing such great work. If you want to call in, please do it. 727-441-3000 in Clearwater. St. Petersburg and Tampa, AM 1340, AM 1350, AM 1400, FM 106.1, and FM 104.3, tantalknetwork.com. So, Danielle, how can people, if they're just tuning in, they're driving in their car anywhere, how can people connect with you or learn how to help before your event on August 20th?
They could definitely reach out to us, as you said, at happypourforward@gmail. We definitely need donors to donate supplies for the event, but we always need cat food, cat litter. We help a lot of foster-based rescues in Long Island. We partner up with Fabulous Feline Rescue, which is in Long Island. They're foster-based, so they're a real big supporter of us and as we are of them. So definitely, they always can reach out to us at Pour It Forward, Pet Pantry, LI New York on Facebook.
And Linda, talk about your thoughts about moving forward in the second half of 2022 right now with Pour It Forward. What's your goal?
Well, the big thing is, there's been a major crisis with the pandemic, as you've mentioned, and it's definitely left people in a different place. But now, even after that, there'll always be a need. Animals are innocent and need our help because they can't have their own voices. So we need to be there for them. And I agree with Stephanie. It's so incredible what these dogs can do and cats can do for you. Animals in general. You just are so good for people's mental health as well as physical well-being. So it's a great call for them that we should stand up and make sure they get covered and always have a backup.
Well, thank you very much. We got to say goodbye to all the Floridian friends here. I can't say that fast. Woo! But thank you, Linda and Danielle. Thank you very much. We'll see you August 20th. I know you're going to be on our other show next week on the network. So God bless. Thank you for your efforts. The TV people, stay with us. Radio, we'll see you real soon. So, Stephanie, what do you think about their efforts right now?
I love it. I mean, my mom did animal rescue for years and years and years. I remember being a little kid, and she actually used to go and volunteer at a wildlife rescue center. And so I remember being probably about 6 or 7 years old and going to try to help those animals that were hurt at the wildlife rescue. And then after that, my mom's actually a professional dog trainer, and she's constantly sending me information about dogs in the area that need to be rehomed or that need to be rescued. And so my mom's very passionate about that. So that was a big part of my life for a long time.
Wow. You just bring up all the stuff. Your family is very, in tune to a lot of things.
Yeah.
A lot of great work.
But it was interesting though, because for me, I think growing up, so I became a vegetarian at 13. And, my mom, was always really into animals. And I think at about 13 years old, I suddenly realized that for me, I saw no difference between the horse looking at me, because I had horses growing up. So the horse looking at me versus the cow versus the pig versus the dog versus the cat. They looked back at me with these big, beautiful eyes. And I was like, I can't kill you. Like, I can't eat you. This is terrible. And I was brought up loving animals. And then I was like, wait, we love animals, then why do we eat them? And I never got really a great response. And so, I became a vegetarian at 13, and now I'm mostly plant-based at 44. It's not that I didn't like the taste of it. I just didn't like anybody dying. So, that was my thing.
I have to change my ways after this show. I've learned more about you today than I did in 2.5 years. I can't believe it. But,
there you go. You're hearing it first, Florida, and everybody else out that are listening in right now. So
there we go. We have a few moments left. Good luck with you on Saturday in Houston, the book signing. Get your signature down right. I don't know how many books you signed in the last year and a half. But,
yeah, seriously.
Leave your house for a little bit, enjoy the heat, then go right back in. But we're putting together 2 documentaries. One we mentioned earlier in the show on breast cancer, Christina and Helen and Deborah and all the other ladies there that are involved with it. This documentary, I'm okay, you'll be okay too. The journey through and beyond breast cancer. Our Chapters Network is feverishly putting it together and editing it. It should be really ready for release the end of October. And again, it really supports our mission of paying it forward. And I want to thank Christina and Helen for putting this all together. And we're doing a second documentary. I'm a Minnesota Viking football fan. So let's check out a little sneak preview of this documentary that's coming out in December of this year. Let's check it out. All right, wait. Dramatic, right?
That was amazing. Yeah.
A little snippet. The Vikings never won a Super Bowl. I think if I put a documentary together, they're going to win a Super Bowl. So anyway, there we have it.
The Field of Dreams, build that they will come. Is that that's going to happen?
Something like that. But Steph, we got to go. Have a great week. I'll see you a little bit down the road. Okay.
All right, sounds good. And I'm going to keep practicing my signing hand for my Saturday book signing.
You know what this is? It's called a pen. You know what a pen is?
Ouch.
There we go. Keep practicing. We'll see you guys next week.